quiet, stop talking. Somebody's talking. Be quiet, stop talking. Somebody's talking. Quiet, stop talking. Somebody's talking. Be quiet, stop talking. Somebody's talking.
Hey now, we're back. Jared.
Brent.
With another Behind the Investigation. This one's going to be a little different this week. We're not going to be pulling up any video clips. We have a busy schedule this week. Saturday, we're be investigating the Wareheim Myers Mansion, the first group to ever investigate the location. So we were trying to game plan and get things ready, and we were just talking for about 15 minutes right now about what's going on Saturday. Today is Monday, but right now it is actually Thursday, so we haven't investigated yet. We're making it.
When you guys see this, we'll have an investigation we just did.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Saturday.
So we're excited. Brent's going to make the trip up. There is going to be a live for this one, and it may be posted onto the YouTube channel like the Halloween Eve is this week. So Wednesday and Friday of this week, you're going to get the Halloween live unedited version from the Benson Hammond House on the YouTube channel. So our folks here on YouTube that don't follow us on Facebook get to see it as well, because there was some pretty cool things that happened. Some very odd ovulus captures, some really good responses with the EchoVox, some cool stuff. And anybody that has seen the episode 1, it's in the same location.
Yep.
Brent was actually in the live watching. He didn't make it down.
Yeah.
He had to take his little girl trick or treating the next day, so
he was all about it.
It's very understandable. But he's seen some good things.
I saw some interesting things, like stuff you didn't mention. We'll get into it a little bit. SLS had some interesting stuff. I'm always like, I don't know, but it was definitely interesting the way it went down. And again, the flashlights keep really amazing me. I don't get it, but it's definitely super. I was like, what?
I was a very proud inventor Saturday. I didn't see it because I was off somewhere else arguing with a negative that was in the house. I don't think he knows who I am, but
at least he did.
I don't back down, and I think he realizes that now. But I hear REM pods going off everywhere, and I'm like, hold on. Hey, I'm not. I'll come back to you.
You wait, young man. I'll be right back.
Is the REM pods going off? And everybody's like, yeah, we didn't touch them. I was like, oh my goodness, the REM pods went off.
Dude, I legit was like, made a comment. I was like, holy crap, the REM pod's going off. And, it's on camera too. So, and someone commented like, is it possible that they're just too close? I'm like, the field around that antenna is like inches.
Oh, yeah.
Like, so the fact that it's going off, they're everybody is multiple feet away.
Oh yeah.
6+ feet away from this thing, and no, it cannot.
The Grisham Estate investigation, they went off a couple times, but it was it was like when I was walking up to it and it went off, but it was still, I was 3 to 4 feet away from it and it went off, and I'm like, hey man, what the hell's going on here? We made these REM pods are Pasadena Paranormal made. So I was very proud to see these things go off.
Yeah.
I was like, look, they work.
Yeah, exactly. And they do work. I mean, we knew they work. You can tell, you come up to them and you can just, You know, don't even you don't touch the antenna, but it doesn't. It extends the signal, you know, from inside the box through the antenna, but it doesn't magnify the signal that it radiates. Like just keeps on creating a wider and wider field. It doesn't do that. So the fact that it went off multiple feet away, and I haven't even seen the Gresham one yet. So this was my first time actually seeing them in action going off, and that was really cool.
I was happy. Jackie was on the live, and she was, you know, she was saying she was being Pasadena Paranormal, and she said, "Oh, Kieran's going to be happier than a clam right now," and I didn't even know it went off. Like, I was like, "Oh." A few of them went off from what I hear. I was like,
yeah, and it wasn't just that they went off like randomly. There was stuff going on, and things being said, and all of a sudden it would go off. Like, you know, it was just a sequence of events. It was really interesting.
So this was also covered by the largest internet news provider in our area. They were there. They were doing. They were going to do a live, but they did a recording of a live like you'll be seeing. It's not going to be a full live because it's not live, but only thing I did was load it into the computer, put the beginning and end on, and throw it into YouTube.
Yeah, that's that's for the stuff that you recorded live. Jim's doing something.
Yeah, Jim's doing something else.
He is doing the same kind of thing.
But I can tell you that the folks at Anne Arundel First Alert were extremely happy with the things that happened. So it was only supposed to be from 8:15 to 9 o'clock. Things happened when I can't say exactly what happened because we're trying to keep it in house, but I was in the middle of an interview and I get a, "Jared, you need to go upstairs." And I said, "What?" "Something's happening upstairs." So okay, I'm coming. Hold off on this interview.
Yeah.
And there was a pushy one up there. So I had to push back a little bit. I don't like to provoke. I don't like to, you know, tangle all too often, but when you need to, you have to. And I felt like I had to at that point. And we'll keep it at that. At this point.
I just want to can I comment on that? And I don't think this is, I know you just said you want to keep this all at house. You know, there was something that was said, and everybody's already seen it that's watched the Benson Hammond documentary. You know, there was multiple times that in the ITC session you guys did that you got comments about two bad men. I mean, it's there. Everybody can hear it. Yep. And I find that there's a cat. Sorry.
Hey,
that's Cassidy. So
what's up, Cassidy?
The two bad men was mentioned multiple times. And, you know, it kind of makes you wonder, why were they called two bad men, you know? And I think there's actually a point where it actually talks about be careful and could bash.
Oh yeah, well,
hurt. I'm like,
you'll see in the live part 1 where we're in the parlor, and my spidey senses is like, you need to go up into the spinning room right now. And I like myself is telling me this in my head.
Yeah.
But all right. I looked at Ed. I said, "I'm going upstairs. You can handle this." I grabbed the SB7 and I go upstairs by myself. Pitch black. I lay the SB7 down and said, "You talk through that right now and you tell me who the hell your name is. Show yourself right here. Come here now." And the SB7 starts, our detuned SB7 starts saying, and it was almost like he was taunting. It was none of this is on the live. This all happened away from the cameras. And it goes, "Watch out." Literally, that's how it said. "Watch out. He's behind you. Watch out." And I said, and I heard it clear as day. And I said, You're going to have to be behind me. I don't care if you're behind me. You still can't face me. I'll turn my back to you. Do what you want, you know? And homeboy didn't want to do anything. So something that was very heated. Like I don't get agitated a lot, but I was highly agitated at that point. And
how did that make you? I mean, how did it affect you in the rest of that live? I mean, I remember you coming down. I remember, watching the live and seeing you come down and you said something about it. I mean, did it stick with you that whole night?
No, I went outside and vaped, cleared my head, and came back in and got with it. You'll see later on in the evening I'm in a better mood.
Yeah,
it was
that's what I was gonna say. It seemed like you were in a better mood as everything progressed on. I'm just wondering if you just kind of put a face on for the rest of the show.
No, I started feeling like the house was itself again after that. Like, and me and Ed both had the thought that whatever it was hiding in that back office area.
Oh, really? The back office area.
So when we investigate there in January, that office area is going to have to be open.
So I want to touch on something else and kind of shift lanes here on you. So I know there's a couple of people that were asking about, saying in the comment section, like, ask about the compass. What's up with the compass? That's something we're going to get into in January. Wasn't really the time and place to do it right then. Or at least it seemed like it didn't feel like it was. Is that accurate?
Yes, there was times when I was away from the camera that I was talking about the compass. I did try to veer away from the camera a little bit sometimes to go by myself and see what the hell exactly what's going on in there. And
just couldn't be patient, could you?
I just wanted to communicate with what I wanted to communicate and keep it, in house. But I was like, all right, they're occupied. Let me sneak out the back way.
Well, Ed did a great job. Desiree was there. She was excellent help. There was actually quite a few people there. Way more than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, there was, but it was hard to it was Colton. It was hard to control. I seen your comments. Hey, everybody, shut up. Let one person. It was hard to control that many freaking people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
Everybody had their own thing, their own agenda, and I was like,
and that makes it so difficult. We've talked about that numerous times, and here you go for investigators out there or new investigators coming in with putting groups together. Man, it really is helpful if you establish, like, okay, either a set of questions or who's going to ask questions. And then establish amount of the time between asking a question and allowing for an answer and listening.
Smaller groups are always better.
But even in a small group, I don't care if it's 2-3 people. If everybody's trying to ask something, agenda, it gums up the works, and you end up talking over what could be an answer or part of an answer. Or someone hears something that always happens. And it happens with us too. Because you get excited where something comes through and someone goes, ooh, it just said, and you say whatever it was. But while you're saying that, it's still talking. And it's like, you just missed 90% of the conversation.
Thoughts out.
Yeah. So it's such an emotion rises and everybody's excited and so forth. And it is difficult. I get it. I totally get it. And especially when you have multiple investigators and then other people who want to, buy in and say stuff too.
I can tell you, man, as soon as Holly, who is the reporter for First Alert, as soon as she walked in, she was like, ooh. she was like, "Oh man, this place," and I was like, "Yeah, that's."
Is she sensitive?
Yeah, she said I could feel something here. It's like this place gives me the goosebumps. I was like, yeah, that happens frequently here.
Wow.
And you know, me and Ed walked in, and I was like, they're going to be talkative tonight.
It was actually highly active.
It was highly active.
The
For that
flashlights.
many freaking people, it was highly active.
Agreed.
Um,
And you know, there comes a theory in here with how emotional energy actually affects, you know, what happens and what's going on.
Mhm.
I have no idea how they're, you know, what triggers them, but I can imagine with heightened emotion
mhm.
of the night that it actually just dumps into
Oh yeah,
that.
and everybody was open. Everybody was open. Everybody wanted to have their own experience, and that sort of fed into it too, I think.
Yeah. So a couple of things I want to get into that I noticed. Again, I mentioned them earlier, but that I thought were very interesting. I'm not 100% on them yet. You know, I could go either way. I could fight for them or against them. The SLS. And SLS is a tool that I find very interesting. I think I'm most skeptical about it because I don't understand how it could work. And I don't really get what is it doing, how is it doing something. But I will say there was a moment, actually a couple moments. I think it happened twice, but at least once, where in the parlor room you guys had it out and you tracked on a figure. It was kind of crouching down.
I was upstairs in Lola's room.
That was in Lola's room. Okay, so tracked on a figure. You kept going over to it. Now, typically, I think I made a comment like, walk in front of the camera and see if it's a glitch. And 9 times out of 10, people, you walk in front of that camera and it's tracking on something, it's just going to disappear.
Yep.
And I can't say that's glitch, but to me, it's like, you know, walk over. If it stays there, then it's a little more credible to me. I know you didn't really walk over it, but you did pass your hand in front of it, and you definitely approached it. And what I found interesting about this,
It moved.
not just moved, if it just kind of shifted, you know, like, you know, kind of distorted a little, whatever. It may not have been as interesting, but the fact is, if you look at it, it doesn't just move; it cowers away. Like you know, it follows human anatomy to crouching down and backing away, like in fear, like literally in fear, trying to avoid. Like it couldn't move from its space. All it could do is get down lower than you were. And I mean, but it's not like it just kind of dropped. Like if this moved, like think about how you would have to move. It would have to shift its butt, move this leg. Everything's moved in a way that physics would require you to maintain some kind of, you know, support. You know, in gravity. And it was like physics looked like it was at work, and that's what really triggered me. Like,
also the thing when you have that SLS, and it happens from time to time, it'll track a vacuum cleaner or a chair, and it'll put the color
we saw a track on the lights at Howard County. Remember?
And it'll put a skeleton
to this?
Yeah. You could tell that thing wasn't tracking an object. It had just a defragmented color on the backside of the skeleton. So the blue that it was being tracked with was defragmenting as the thing was moving. It wasn't stationary. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't a stationary track. That the color behind it was transforming as well.
Yeah. So, and I see what you're saying. So think about it like this. So if it was tracking, you know, right here, a skeleton on this wall, that wall would just go blue, and it would just kind of sit there, and it wouldn't move. The blue wouldn't move. But if it was a track you, it would actually, as you moved, that color would fragment.
Exactly. And that's what that The three ones, the three, we call three of them. I don't know if the
yeah.
third one, I don't know if the third one was called, it was upstairs in that damn doll room again. Where I seen something.
Did you?
Seen Head and Shoulders.
On that live?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
No, yeah. I was sitting there talking with somebody, and I was looking down the attic this way, and I was crouched down, and they were talking right here. And I went to look at them, and when I looked at them, I looked in the doll room, and there was a silhouette standing in the doorway.
Yeah.
And I was like, and they were talking, and everything went, and I didn't hear anything they were saying anymore. And I just got up and was like, grabbed the SLS and said, "What the hell was that?"
Yep.
And there was a skeleton in the back corner.
That is
ran and hid in the back corner again.
So over by where you guys captured one in the documentary.
Yep.
That area, same area?
Almost.
Oh, interesting.
To the right a little bit.
Okay. Very interesting.
So there's some good ones. We got some good SLS captures in that one. I think all three of them were legit.
Yeah. I mean, I can't say they weren't or were not. They definitely, that one specifically.
Oh yeah.
Just the way it acted.
And it was there for.
All right. When I say acted, the way it responded to you moving in, like, okay, if it was just something there, if it was tracking on a wall, I just don't see why. And even if it moved, because I've seen that happen where you come in and it just kind of shifts and it stretches and it does this kind of weird, like,
Yeah.
This looks abnormal and doesn't look human at all. This one maintained a human aspect the entire time, like its proportions and all, and it just followed what a human would do if it was trying to avoid and get low. Interesting. It was very interesting because it specifically did those things, especially. All right, so breaking off of that, the other thing I want to mention was the flashlights, and so these are again two things I'm very skeptical of. The flashlights, again, the way they were going off and on to what you guys were asking, even in the dark would actually, I don't know, for some reason it impressed me more. I know you couldn't see the flashlights themselves, so and I'll just be blunt with it because that's how it is. You can't see if someone was actually turning them on or turning them off. Yeah. I know no one was doing that, so from my side, that's why it's impressive, because legit was going on and going off on requested questions, and I just found it very interesting. Again, it baffled me again. Like,
very interesting.
And it wasn't like they were just going off and on randomly. Yep. It appeared to me that they were only going on and off when you were asking questions or asking you to turn it on or turn it off.
Yep. So,
Lord me.
That's it. We want you to watch the lives and tell us what you think. Because there's a lot of good stuff in there. And I know you're used to having our little words down at the bottom when something says something. And, my voiceover is over here. And, but there's none of that in this. There's none of it in there. You're going to have to listen close. And I want to know what y'all hear.
Yes. Even this is like the best time for this. Let us know what you hear.
Because I hear some things in there and I know what I heard. And I know Brent has recorded the audio.
Yep.
And he's been listening to it.
Yep.
But we want to know what y'all hear. So let us know in the comments Wednesday and Friday. But we're going to do some shout outs now and get this BTI over with, because like I said, we have got a busy next couple days. Brent's got an 8-hour drive coming up. And then we got a pretty long Saturday planned into Sunday morning.
Yep.
So let's see. Trinity, of course, Trinity, and of course, Kevin, Darkwater, Kevin, Spirit Communications, Trinity, Paranormal Investigations of Long Island, Darkwater, Jane from Shadow Vision Paranormal. Bud Files is always on our stuff. They do good work too. Our Latin flavor, Procura do Supernatural, De Teresa Superational, and KXL Investigo Supernatural. Shane Kelly is back. I know that. Hit them up. Hit that button. Skulls and Kittens. All these people. See, this is one of the things that I missed about this field. Is making the relationships with people.
Yep.
And we've in the short period of time that we've been back, we've met some pretty cool people. Wolf and Hound.
Yeah, Wolf and Hound.
Check out their channel. Hopefully, as you know, I'm not drinking this evening, as you can see. Hopefully this goddamn congestion gets away before Saturday, because I don't want to be hocking up on all the damn videos.
Yeah, we don't want that, but I'm drinking for you, brother.
I'm all hopped up on cold medicine.
Hopefully you sleep good.
I'm gonna sleep good. So that's it. If I left anybody out, I'm sorry. Let me know, and I will make it up to you. But that's gonna be it for tonight. Watch the lives. Let us know what you hear in the comments, because the place was highly active. I can just tell you that right now. All right, so for me and Brent, I wish you adieu. I will not let you walk into that darkness alone. Everybody have a good evening.
See y'all.